Arch! Arch! We gotta press the button. We gotta start it. How do we start the show? Press which button? Okie dokie. Hey guys, it's your partner of Archie Luxury. We're broadcasting live on the studio. No worries at all. We're broadcasting. Let's get the show on the road. Come on, guys. If you haven't been on the show before, now is your perfect chance to jump on. Come on, introduce yourself and talk wrist watches. What's going on? What is going on, guys? Interesting. Who we got here? Got Mr. Zoso, my good friend. Hello, Mr. Z. How are you?
Hey, Arch. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. What's going on, man?
Not much. Just finishing work, and I decided to jump on. I saw you put a call out to those to come on and talk watches.
Yes, talk. What's happening with you? Tell me what's happening in the wristwatch world for you. What's going on?
I am waiting on a few nice things to come, and I did pick some things up as well.
Now,
And
you were looking at that 5196. That was no box, but it had papers. I thought that was a bargain. No?
It was. No, it was definitely just not something I'm interested in, to be perfectly honest with you. It was a very good deal. But yeah. I want to shoot a little higher than that.
No, that's okay.
But I want to be one and done with the Patek.
No, that's okay. How many watches do you have at the moment now, Mr. Zoso?
Too many.
Quality watches. How many quality?
All right. So you want to go down a list? I'll figure it out. I've got two Daytonas. I've got two Daytonas. I've got two GMT Master 2s. I've got the Prince. I've got an LV sub. I've got I've got the Breitling. I've got the what else do I have, Arch? I've got gee, I can't remember. I'm losing my mind. I've got a JLC Memovox. I've got a Tudor the blue 39, the Black Bay 58.
Yeah.
Which I really like. It's a nice watch. I got a Tudor Advisor. And you know, a couple of.
You got enough, Mr. Zoso. You got enough.
I have enough. I do. It's true. I have too much.
Yeah. Do you? I got to tell you. I mean, it's a very tragedy what's happened to me. I've had to start again, right?
I know. Yep.
But the thing is, I'm actually looking at it, right? And I got to tell you what I've looked at my watches I've had in the past, and I'm just waiting for some hair plugs, getting some hair plugs here, hair plugs. I comb it. It's the wrong. Yeah, I got to tell you, Mr. Zoso, I think for me, right, I like to have different function watches.
Okay.
Like for me, I mean, I would love a Maserati blue Daytona, but for me, I've got a beautiful 3861 Speedmaster. Beautiful. That's a nice manual. It's got certain characteristics I really love. I love that watch.
Oh, I forgot. I have the Snoopy and the Speed and another Speedmaster. I forgot about them. That is those. I mean, look. It seems like you got what you really wanted. You got a bluesy. Really wanted that watch. Seems like you really wanted that even when you had your watches. So you really scratched an itch with that, right?
Yeah.
And you obviously want another Patek to add to your new collection. So you're going to go down that road.
The funny thing is, with my Pateks, I really enjoyed the manual wind, because I don't like having the date set wrong. Are you somebody who likes, some people just set the time and off they go. For me, if it's got a date, it's got to be right. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm the same way. Yep. I can't just put the watch on and not pay attention to whether the time is set properly. And, I forgot I have a date as well. Whether the time is set properly, whether, the date is set properly. I know some people could just grab their watch, put it on, and, treat it like a piece of jewelry. I know a lot of dealers claim they do that, like Roman. He does that. He just puts the watch on, doesn't set it, doesn't even set the time on it, which will drive me absolutely insane. So I'm kind of like you.
It would drive me insane. That's exactly.
Yeah.
You know what that's the equivalent of? Can I tell you?
Yes.
That's like having a mum and dad come in to look at a Camry, and the salesman didn't say, "Can I please have your order?"
Well, that'd be great, right? But it'd be completely stupid. To
be just as frustrating as not setting the time is like not trying to close.
Well, I don't treat watches like jewelry. So those types of people
you've got to be closing. The whole point of this thing is to tell the time. You want to have, like, I've got my subset, right? I love it. I need the time.
Sounds like you love it. You know what I love about that? You know what I love about the Daytona? It's a wind and wear. You don't have to set anything. You could just put it on and wear. I love that.
And the other thing is too, I don't know if you've ever, I took my watch off because I was moving furniture. Have you ever tried to run your life with no watch on? I go crazy. What's the time? I need a watch. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's very rare that I leave the house without a watch. I would say it happens maybe once or twice a year where I leave the house without a watch on. Well, I take my watch off as soon as I get home,
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I take it off when I get undressed, but it's almost never. I almost never leave the house without a watch on.
Now,
Yeah, I
guys,
understand.
let's
I can
get
relate
those
to that.
super chats going. We got 110 people watching. Let's get those super chats on the stream. Let's get them going, guys. Let's get them going.
Archie,
Press the button.
You know what I wanted to ask you about? Did you
Yeah,
watch?
sure.
Roman did a video with David Portnoy. Did you watch any of that?
No. What did he say?
You know that guy, right? David Portnoy. He owns the gambling app or whatever it is he has. He started a company, a watch company. I think it's called Brick. And I just watched a video today with Roman. I think Roman was very polite to him. You know, he's selling a watch. He got into the watch business. He said he put over $3 million into the business, and he's selling a watch named Brick, which is a mechanical movement. It's a Chinese shitter, and he's selling it for 24.
Why would you put $3 million?
Okay, I don't know. This is the question that I'm trying to figure out, right? So he spent over $3 million of his own money, and he produced a Chinese shitter that he's trying to get. He's retailing for $2,700. And I mean, Roman did a pretty fair job, I guess I would say, you know, telling him that basically he didn't say it directly, but the guy's out of his mind. You know, and anybody buying that watch is out of their mind. Now, there's nothing wrong with buying inexpensive
I might just bring
watches.
that watch up on the screen so you guys can see this watch here. Just tell me if I've got the right one here. Just between you and me, this watch here, it looks like, can I say this to you? It looks like shopping mall garbage.
That's what it is. It's garbage.
Shopping mall garbage. Just very quickly, we got a super chat. First super chat for the evening. Ding, 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 ding. Jeff, $5. Pontiff, what about the 5119? Is it too small? I'm 6'2" and a big fiker. I like the hobnail bezel, and the 6119 is still tough to get. You know what? It's actually 36 mil, the 5119, so it's smaller than the 5. I think the 5196 is the style I like, but if you want a 5119, they're actually good buys. They're a beautiful watch. A dress watch is always supposed to be small. If you can live with that, I would say try it before you buy it. But hey, I quite like. I had a 3919. That was 33 mils. That was my Patek. 3919. That was the version before the 5119. I personally, my own opinion, I don't like the hobnail bezel as the smooth bezel. I like the smooth bezel because I think it's a little bit more modern. But hey, you've got to pick the one that you love. So 6'2", fuck, that's tall. That's a big guy. I would say try it before you buy it, but definitely worth considering. The 6119 is also expensive. You probably pay 3 times as much for a 6119, and it's basically same. Well, it's not really the same watch, but it's still a quality Patek. They're both quality Patek manual wine dress watches. Now,
that's great advice.
The Brick watch.
That's great advice, Arch. You better try that watch on before you buy it.
This looks like shopping center garbage. Okay.
It's garbage. It's pure, unadulterated. It's a shitter. It's a piece of shit. And you know, this guy seems to be a very successful businessman in what he did. You know,
they get it wrong. They get it wrong. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. They don't even look inspiring. This looks like a watch that was designed by, like, I tell you what I like here. I like the pushes he's using. Look at, this is the chronograph, right? But it's just a boring silver dial. He's got pushes like the IWC. You know the IWC Portuguesa?
Yeah. Great watch.
It's got the pushes. Yeah, great watch. But this is, okay, nothing really exciting about this.
It's a piece of shit. Yeah.
So it doesn't.
You know, for $2,700, think of the price point you could get into a watch at that price point. Or I don't know, it's over 2 G's. I know that. I never looked it up.
3,500 Aussie. This is fucking ridiculous. Holy shit. Is he for real? Is he for
I don't.
real?
Well, what bothers me is he claims he spent his
He
own
uses
money
a
on this.
Ronda movement. He uses a Ronda movement. That's not. Oh, this is a quartz. Fuck me dead. This chronograph is a fucking quartz for three and
Well,
a half.
yeah, he has a mechanical. Or he has a mechanical automatic.
Why would you do
damage.
this? Can I ask you this? Why would you do this? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. He claims that he got a Shinola, or they call it Shinola. You know, another shitter. It's American made, supposedly an American made watch, and they go for about this type of money. And he wanted to. He won one at a golf tournament or some shit like that, and supposedly he wanted to represent them because he thought it was a cool watch and he liked it. So he gave them a call and they blew him off because he doesn't have the best reputation. So at that point he decided he was going to make his own, which is an interesting story, and it's not not a bad thing. But what the part that I don't understand is you spend over $3 million, almost $4 million of your own money, and you invest it, and you don't talk to anybody in the watch world. You don't talk to anyone. Nobody who you talk to has any experience or does any research in the watch market, in the retail watch market, before you take this thing, before you take it to market and offer it for sale. You do zero research because there's no market for your watch at that price. None.
I got another super chat. AXN, £9. Arch, I know you focus on the big brands and icons, but what do you think about the revived British manufacturer Vertex? Now, Vertex, they're kind of a lower end brand. The M60 diver is superb. I think the no date one rocks. Let's just call up Vertex. And I got to tell you something. Vertex has got that weird logo, that M60. I'm just calling it up now. I got to be totally honest with you. You know what? This is another shitter brand. Okay, it's a shitter brand. I mean, seriously, right? You go to a petrol station. This watch here. Why would you buy this fucking thing? I want to ask you that. Why? Now looking at it, I actually prefer the Vertex to the Brig. Can I say that to you,
Yeah.
Mr. Zoso? Okay.
I agree.
Like, I think this has got a nice sporty feel to it. However, this Vertex, this is also fucking insane. For this Vertex, they want 2370, 2,400 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Pounds. Fuck me dead. Now, I got to be totally honest with you. These people are also delusional idiots, right?
Now, where is that watch? Is that Chinese?
No, this is Swiss, but it would just be a shit.
Oh, all right. At least it's Swiss. I mean, at least you have that going.
Yeah, but when I say Swiss, right, let's just clarify that. So the movement, it's a fucking Salida. And we hate Salida movements. That's not, Salida is what they use when you're not part of the Swatch group. It's kind of, it's nothing fucking special, okay? Now, let me say this to you. AXN, £9. Arch, I know you focus. What do you think of the revived British brand Vertex? I think it's fucking expensive for what it is. I think, honestly, he says, look, it looks nice, but in all honesty, by the way, this is what the Brick, if he did some, you know what the problem with the Brick guy is, can I tell you?
Well, there's a lot of problems with him. Anybody who spends $3.7 million without doing zero research is a bag of dicks.
Okay, for starters, I think what his problem is, he says he's not a watch person. So he's gone into the watch business. So he's selling to people who he doesn't even understand. You see what I mean?
That's what I don't understand. I don't understand if I'm getting into a business, right? I think
he cares about that fucking yellow Bronco more than watch design. Can I say that to you?
I mean, he's an idiot. That didn't make. Listen, if he can afford to lose over almost $4 million, good for him. But
you know what I think
mean,
he's doing?
don't defend yourself.
Probably,
You're
when
an
he
idiot.
says he's put $3 million in, he probably bought premises. Well, that
I don't know
doesn't
what
mean well, you know,
he's
how would you?
claiming. He's claiming that he could have gotten somebody to fund him, which I believe. You know, I don't doubt that one, you know, for 1 second. But instead, he was so passionate about this that he decided to put up his own money without doing any research of the market. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Look at the production.
NATO, let me say this to you. Okay, we got a super chat from my good friend NATO, $3. This is pure steaming garbage. Get back
Ooh.
to Rolex. Can I say this to you? I want to say something to you, okay? You know what I think? You know what I think?
Tell me.
If that guy, you know that guy who founded the brick, look at the Tudor Royale range. You know the Tudor Royales?
Oh, there's so many watches in that price
Now
range.
let's look at this. Look at the Tudor Royale range. You know the
well,
Royale.
You know, Roman pointed that out to him with his partner, the guy who robs everything. You know, if you know, there's so many watches in that price range that
but
you know, high-end watch
Tudor
collectors can
Royale.
buy.
These are not popular.
Yeah.
These are not popular, right? And that's
Right.
with Tudor name on it. They're fucking ugly. They're 90. This is really the only Tudors that do well are the black base. Okay, it's those retro ones.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this
Well,
here. This is a Tudor Royale.
pointed that out. He pointed that out to him. He explained to him that, you know, and so did his buddy, his partner there. They pointed out to him that, you know, there are brands that have a heritage of 100 to 200 years that are like Longines, let's say, right? That are selling watches in your price range that have a heritage and that are making quality items. And you're at the price point that you're at, there's no way anyone's going to buy this literal brick. You know, so I just don't understand how spending all that money and not researching.
Now, let's just clarify something. How rich is this guy? He says there. Let me just tell you something.
He's worth over $100 million. Let's say that.
You know, because he says in 2016 I sold half the company to Sherman Group for 12.5 million.
Yeah.
Where did he get the 100 million from?
I don't know. I don't know anything about. I know he does reviews of pizza that are very entertaining on YouTube. It's called the One Slice or something like this, and it's very entertaining. I enjoy it very much. He's personable guy, and I know he runs a very big gambling company. You know, and he's very successful. But it just makes me wonder. You know, how much money do you want to throw away? Because he did absolutely everything wrong when he entered this game.
He's basically, I think I can smell bullshit. He's basically, this is an Alibaba watch.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
An Alibaba. This is
yes, it is. That's correct.
Special about this in the least. In fact, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Let me say something to you, okay? You're in the car industry, right?
Yeah.
You understand. Look, me and you have had long talks about cars. That's why I love you, right? Now, between you and me, I would have to say that Toyota would be much more reliable than a Benz or a BMW, okay?
That's correct.
You agree with me there?
I do, yes.
But you would also agree a BMW or a Mercedes has something that a fucking Camry doesn't. It's got something about it. You know what I mean? Like a driver experience. I admit it's got a lot of plastic bits that break and will bankrupt you, but it's got something that a Camry doesn't have. Would you agree with that statement?
100%.
Now, the thing is it worth the extra money than a Camry? You got to decide that yourself. But what I'm trying to tell you is you understand that it's more to it than just the car. It's that intrinsic sizzle. This guy doesn't understand the sizzle. He doesn't get it whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love something, if you don't have a passion for it, like this guy was so stingy, he was researching watches. He didn't even buy one. If you're worth $100 million, wouldn't you at least buy a couple? I don't get this shit.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know enough to be so judgmental, but to put it in, to wrap it up.
Put it this way: does
listen,
Roman sell them?
I recently bought a shitter, right? I bought I put an order in for a Yema. They were doing, and you could put it up. You could put it up.
One tick there. I got AXN, £4.50. A Tudor Royale with cheese. I hate those. From the same people that make the amazing Pelagos, the original. Why would they do that? You know, the funny thing is, if you look at the Tudors they were selling in the late 90s, early 2000s, they fucked up their market. They fucked up their market. They had no idea. They didn't, they instead of having the Black Bay, what did they have? They had the Tudor, what did they have? The Hydronaut. This is what Tudor was selling. Look at this shit here. This is the sort of stuff, and I owned one of these. I owned that exact model there. That one there, I actually had one of these. And I've got to tell you, beautifully made, quality watch, but fuck me dead. The styling, fuck me dead. I got to be totally honest with you. This was killing, unless, you know, the thing is, unless your watch is trendy, cool looking, you're not going to get any sales. That Vertex, we were talking about Vertex. I kind of like the look of the Vertex. In all honesty, I like the look of it, right?
It's better than a prick, yeah.
Better than Kennedy, $3. I drive Toyota's luxury brand Lexus Sizzle.
Great car, yeah.
Yeah, I got to tell you.
He did zero research. I mean, for God's sake, I recently bought a piece of crap. I bought a shitter, right? So a Yema or Yema, they made a micro rotor.
He doesn't even say his name. This guy doesn't even say his name. Why doesn't he say his name? I can't find his name anywhere.
David Portnoy. Well, he just did a video with Roman. Roman did an interview with him.
Okay. Who sells this brick? Who sells it? Is it purely... If Roman was so happy with it, does Roman sell these watches?
Oh, no, Roman's not happy with it. Roman was polite, but he told him it's a fashion watch and you're not going to survive in that price range. It's not going to happen. He was honest. He was polite, but he was honest. And they explained to him that there's too many brands with and that are quality made at that price point where you're not
Now, I got to tell you there's actually a great article, right? This is how much they feel about it, okay? This is how bad it is, okay? You've got Time and Tide, right? They put an article out saying 4 watches you should buy instead of Portnoy's brick watch. Okay, they actually put an article out saying 4 fucking watches that you should buy instead of his watch. I mean, how fucked is that? Who has he pissed off? What has he done? Let's look at this. This is the article from Time and Tide. And what they said was...
I can tell you what he's done. He's put out a $150 watch that he's charging $2,700 for. That's what he did. So he's pretty much pissed off anybody.
This is what they said. For an unheralded brand to charge $2,400 US for a watch largely generic in design and specification, the debuting collection is definitely a very hard sell. So I decided to... Okay, so they put a list. The Longines, I must admit, that's actually fucking attractive. I hate Longines. I hate Longines, and I actually... That's a good-looking watch. The Monta, I never heard of this.
Shit's all over the place.
This is a Monta. I never heard of this brand, but that actually looks a bit more attractive. Hamilton. Hamilton's a very
Teddy
well-known brand.
Is big on Monta. Teddy Baldazar pushes that.
I got to say, the best-looking one is this Oris. This Oris Divers 65. That looks fucking beautiful. Look at that. That looks actually quite nice, okay? The Oris. I would say
Okay.
the Oris. Now, the thing is, you notice with the Oris, it's very retro. It's got that cool blue. It's got faux, the indices, faux. It's got faux rivets. It's very vintage, retro looking, right? The
Right.
brick watch is fucking nothing. Nothing.
It's
It's
garbage.
absolute. It's just
That,
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
that's a watch you could buy at the flea market for about $60. It's garbage. And they broke it
Oh,
down in the video.
we
They
got Marco saying he would take a Tissot PRX over all these options. Actually, you know what? He's on the money. The PRX is like under $1,000. That's a much better.
100%. You got to be out of your mind to buy that brick thing. It's a piece of shit. It's a total piece of shit.
You know what? This is strange. See, when watch companies don't listen, remember the code 1159? Nobody. That's an example of ego getting crazy. Now, when you're AP, you may be able to pull it off, but when you're some rich guy with an old yellow Bronco, it's not quite as easy to pull off. Does that make sense?
I think he's
Marco,
got both.
come on, man. Come on the stream. Let's see if we can get Marco on the stream. Let's see if we can get him on here. He's a great. Come on, jump on there. We'll wish him a happy new year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. Oh, we got NATO. Okay, NATO $3. Run for the fucking hills. Yeah. I gotta tell you, the sad thing is, I mean, if somebody buys this watch, what the fuck would you say to them? I mean, it's just a complete waste of fucking money.
I would tell them to get a hammer and smash the fuck out of it. That's what I would tell him what to do.
I mean, does he feel guilty charging $3,000 for this thing? How does he justify?
Just so you know, Roman clearly told him that after somebody buys his watch, the watch is worth zero. It's worth nothing. It's a piece of garbage. So he did. He was honest with the guy. He was honest with him.
That's okay, Marco. We got Swinging Kangaroo $2. I take Christopher Ward on a NATO strap over these. Yeah, see, Christopher Ward, at least you've got to hand it to it.
It's a piece of shit. Let's face it.
They're at a very low price point, you know?
Yeah.
I hate Christopher Ward. I mean, is that a luxury watch? What's your opinion? Is that luxury? It's not luxury. That's just garbage. See, sometimes these Christopher Wards, they start under $600. Okay, so it's a nothing price point, right?
Listen, there's a lot of good watches that are not expensive. There are well-made.
You know what I think the best entry level. You know what I think the best entry level watches for bang per buck at a watch dealer. The biggest pre-owned watch dealer in Australia has told me this. You know what he said the best bang per buck is at the moment?
Tell me.
Pre-owned Tudor Black Bay.
Oh, they're a steal.
You've got a movement designed by Rolex. You've got it's waterproof. You can do so much with that watch.
Yeah, I like them, and you know, I like a lot of the old Omega, the Omega GMTs. The Omegas are great. I mean, you could buy one for $2,000. You know, they're great. And that price point, you got to be out of your mind to buy that piece of shit. You got to be out of your mind. Archie, I gotta run. I gotta run here. I'm sorry to leave you, but I gotta get out of here. No worries,
man. Great to have you on. Great watch talk. Thank you,
brother.
For coming on, man. Love you, man.
I'll talk to you soon. I love you too. Take care, buddy.
Thank you. That's Mr. Zoso, one of my great friends and just a fantastic watch collector. Yeah, I got to tell you, yeah, he makes a very good point there. This brick, you've got to be out of your mind. JT, tell us what Ronnie or Shawnee said the best bang per buck watch is a Tudor Black Bay 41. That's what he said. He said the 41 because it's on the secondary market. They're considerably cheaper than the 58, and it's just a great watch. It's a great watch. They are really good. That's all you need for life. For life. Pre-owned Tudor inbound for. I don't know if I really need it. You know. I've got my bluesy. I love that watch. That might be enough, you know. But I gotta tell you, AXN brick shit house. Yeah, very, very interesting indeed. Come on, guys, let's get another punter. We had a great chat to Mr. Zoso. It wasn't that fun. He came on, we spoke about it. Look at that. He led the conversation. We had a really nice discussion. So you too can have a discussion with your punter. We got medium legend Toyota Mo. And we got Marco. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, bud. How are you?
Hey, look, look. You know the disaster I went through. That's very tough, Marco.
Yeah, for sure. How's the rebuilding collection going? Have you sent the letter to Patek Philippe, Arch? Listen, the 5811G prices are sinking fast. They're sinking fast. You need to cash in while you can.
No, I am sending a letter to him. I've just got to be in the right mind space. Look, I got to tell you, Marco, it's very much a tragedy, but, you know, eventually you've got to just move forward. You know, a lot of people have had tragedies in their life, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, it's awful.
And, you know, the thing is this. What do? Do you stay miserable and depressed forever, or you say, well, okay, bad shit's happened. Now we've got to move forward. So I got to tell you, what watch, you know, the interesting thing is, Marco, after this robbery happened, I thought, what watch do I really want? What watch is it that I want? And I actually got a 40 mil bluesy.
No kidding.
Yeah, I've got it on the screen here. Can you see that?
Yeah. You started rebuilding the collection. Wait, what's in your collection now?
Okay. So basically, they took everything except my Explorer 2 because I was wearing the Explorer 2.
Right.
Okay, so the whole collection wiped out. Okay. So a good 2 watch dealers in Australia, Vintage Watch Co. and Luxuria, and a super collector, Dave, the super collector, they put the money together and they gave me a 3861 Speedy.
Oh, that's very nice of them.
Very, very.
That's like a quintessential Archie collect. Yeah, it's got to be in the collection. Yeah.
Then what I've got happening is I actually I had some fundraising money and I put it into this, and I couldn't quite pay because these are expensive. You understand?
Of course. Yeah.
I gave him my Explorer 2 as security until I paid the rest off. Okay. Because I just wanted something to pick me up, a nice pick me up, right? So I've actually got to pay some money. So I've given him my Explorer 2 until I've paid the rest of this off, okay?
Yeah.
So at the moment we've got the Explorer. He's holding it for me. So that's kind of mine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's got it as security, but we're good friends. I just didn't want. When you've got money with friends, it can always lead to bad things, you know? So I said to him, if anything happens to me or whatever happens, you've got the watch. So basically it covers what I owe you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
So I got the Explorer 2. I got the bluesy. I got the Speedmaster, the 3861. That's the one you can shave with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Got the sharp case. You know the sharp case?
Yeah, that was from the same YouTuber, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Quickly, Toyota Mo, medium legend. AC3 and Marco, classic combo meal deal. You betcha. Thank you so much.
AC, you know, I got to say, it's kind of ironic, right? These people, they come out of the woodwork for that brick watch. You know,
yes.
that's the same YouTuber who was saying apparently that we somehow sold out to Dave Portnoy when we did the video. When we bought the watch ourselves, we flew out to Miami. we only ended up doing like a meeting with him because he was also coincidentally in Miami. And meanwhile, he's taking payoffs from watch brands to promote their stuff, and he gets a pass somehow, right? Yeah, it's just ironic, whatever.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
I just don't get it. I really do. I just don't get it at all. Must be a slow news cycle. Slow news cycle.
Showcase watches, £9. Good to see Marco back on. I remember a young cocky Rolex hype boy wishing for an Explorer 1 and wouldn't hear of any other brand and shitted on Omega. Great to see how he's grown over the last few years. 100%. And speaking of top guests, hello, Bear.
I could not resist to join the live stream with 2 YouTube stars.
Oof! Last time it was just us 3. It didn't end well, from what I remember.
Hey.
You have a good memory, sir. You have a good memory.
I tell you what, we were so wrong. You know that. I'd be completely honest with you. Look, the thing is, I'm really happy if we helped your career. You got a good start. You got a good job there now. Man, you're flying.
What do they say? Do what you love, and it's gonna feel like you haven't worked a day in your life.
Yeah, 100%. No, listen, I couldn't honestly be anywhere better. Genuinely, I really do mean that. I really do mean that.
Now, Marco, I got to tell you a secret. Don't tell anyone this, right? But I've also got my friend scooped a Reverso Grand Date at a great price, and he said to me, "Take this Arch, take it for a month or 2. If you want it, you can buy it off me."
Sometimes I think some things are meant to be left in the past, if that makes sense. I know you had a love affair with that watch, but it's like
I loved it so much.
It's only going to remind you of the bad memory. There's like a stink to that watch now.
It is cheap, but it was very cheap because
I think you should just move on to other things, honestly.
Okay, no, that's okay.
Does my logic make sense? Like all it's going to do is just remind you of what happened.
Yeah,
obviously, I agree. I agree with Mark on this one. I mean, me and JJ, we're telling you the same thing, but you obviously are leaning toward replacing the pieces exactly.
Marco, he's giving it to me for $4,300 US.
That's pretty cheap.
It's very cheap. He's doing that as a favor. He said, "Hey, Arch,
is it complete?"
It's complete, except it doesn't have an original strap.
Oh, that's nothing. A strap is what, $200?
500 for the correct. Well, 300 for the correct one. But okay. It's got the buckle. It's got the.
Right. I mean, listen. You have the deploy and buckle. If you have papers and box, $4,300 US. That's basically what a single-sided Reverso goes for.
And it's not much more money than this fucking brick we're looking at.
Yeah, that's true.
And you never get your money back on that brick. So I got to tell you, Marco, I'm actually looking at a 5-piece collection for me. 5-piece combo. Archie 5 again. Explorer 2. Bluesy Sub. Omega Speedmaster. Reverso. And maybe a white gold Patek. 5 and done. 5! That's it. That's all I need.
I think that's a great collection, but honestly, I think I would trade in the Explorer 2 for a Pepsi.
Yes.
You know what? The Pepsi.
I think. Listen, you've been wanting the Pepsi. Listen, so much has happened. I think there's no other time to buy a Pepsi. Maybe I would wait another month, maybe a month and a half. If you can swing it, maybe not. I don't know, but I would definitely say upgrade it as soon as you can.
Well, I've got to pay some bases back, but I'm super stretched as it is to be.
Okay, yeah, maybe let's wait then. In that case,
you understand. Look, I'm just trying to get a few bases. Toyota Mo, $5. I'm not a fan of the Reverso, but Arch, it's so you. It's so you.
No,
Marco, tell me.
That's a no.
What watches do you have? Please tell me what do you have. I haven't spoken to you in ages. Tell me what watches do you have.
So right now, I mean, I have a pretty mean and trim collection. I have a Tissot PRX. I still have obviously the Batgirl, which I wear pretty much every day. And I bought a watch recently. Here, hold on. I'll pull it up, Arch.
What about the 40 mil sub? Have you still got that?
No, I sold that off probably over a year ago now at this point.
you bought the Kerry Voutier, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I think I've shown you this already, actually, didn't I? Hold on 1 second.
You have a super chat in the meantime. Showcase what?
Showcase watches, £4.50. Are we having a head shaving to pay for the Pontiff's new carpet, Marco?
That
You
was
ready
one time only.
for the last one? I think we should relive a happy memory. Look, he's got a corporate job. Fuck, he's looking smart. I got to tell you something. He's fucking looking smart. Ooh, look at this.
It's just got like I mean, listen, I paid, honestly speaking, like in terms of, value, money-wise, I don't think I could have paid better. I mean, I got this from a client who sold it
Is
for me.
this your watch?
Yeah, I bought this.
How much was it?
I paid under 20K. Let's put it that way.
I know someone who just bought it.
15 and 20. Let's just put it that way. Like even Breguet doesn't offer that kind of value. That's the thing. So yeah, it was, for me, it was a no-brainer. But this year, I really want to push. If I have a good year, I'm going to buy.
Well, this came as an opportunity at the luxury bazaar, and you liked it. Is that how it happened?
No, so like I was just speaking with a client. He ended up having it. He's like, "Listen, I might be looking, to move it on." I'm like, "Listen, I absolutely love this watch," and he offered me like a stupid price. So I said, "Okay, I'll buy it." I just bought it. That was it. I just bought it.
Tell me this: how since you're working for Roman at Luxury Bazaar there, the watch market itself has turned a bit nasty. The times are a bit hard, aren't they?
I mean, listen, it's like anything, right? It comes and goes in cycles. If we're going to treat watches, if you will, as a kind of new asset class, so to speak, which I think, watches have certainly become that, even though I'd always say buy for passion over profit.
Yes.
This is what's going to happen, right? Stock market, market, all the liquidity that was backing the watch market came down. Obviously watch prices aren't immune to fluctuations in other markets. It's just natural.
100. I got another super chat from your friend CB. CB, $5. Marco, finally a great picture. I'm impressed, but no feet.
Yeah, that's funny. CB is a great guy. I keep in contact with CB.
I gotta tell you, everyone.
Well, what does that mean, no feet? What does he mean?
Because when I send him a wrist shot, I will send him like one with sneakers in it because he hates when I. So it's just a running joke between us.
Got it.
Yes. I love that when you did that dancing video. You're at that party, you're dancing.
That was a ton of fun. It was really fun.
And I got to tell you, that's why I did the shower video, because I like to take the piss out of myself. You gotta take the piss out of yourself. You know what I mean?
Be honest. Yeah. So I saw the link to the video in JJ's WhatsApp group, and I just saw the thumbnail. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not watch the video, and I don't think I will ever watch the video.
That's okay, man. Man, you know what? You gotta keep the show. I gotta keep the show fresh. I gotta keep the show fresh. You know what I mean? But Marco, I got to tell you. So, where are you living now?
You're in Canada. People what we didn't want, I wouldn't be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
You give the people what we don't want to see, but then we love it.
Yes. Tell me this: you're living in Miami now. You've relocated, or you're in Canada?
No, right now I'm back home. So I've been home for the holidays for the time being. Yeah.
Okay, you're going back.
Hang on. What do you mean Miami?
Yeah, we're in Pennsylvania, but it's okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Pennsylvania. So I thought Roman was in Miami. No, he's in Pennsylvania. So I don't know.
They are opening. I think the younger guy. What's his name?
Adrian.
Adrian will be running their section in Miami, right?
Nothing's really been decided, to be honest with you. So yeah.
But I mean, those are some indications, as far as I know.
Yeah, they'd like to. Let's put it like they'd like to. Yeah.
Tell me this: you are selling watches now at Luxury. You're a salesperson there. What's your role now? What's your role now?
I do everything. I do a little of everything.
Okay.
What do you like the most, though?
Handling so many watches. That's the best
but
part.
From the perspective of a job, are you a salesperson more in the heart, or more the?
Honestly, I like doing everything. Like even just.
Can I make a confession to you? Can I make a confession to you, Marco?
Sure, tell me.
So many years ago, I wanted to learn the jewelry business. So I went and got a job at a jewelry store. And I told them, I love watches, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you know what? They had an agency for a bit of a softer brand. A softer brand called Mido.
Mido.
And for the love of me, they thought they'd get me in, a gun salesman who loves watches. They thought I could sell Midos. They were fucking impossible to shift. Okay, I could not. I didn't sell one. I did not sell one. Not only did I not sell many.
Marco, do you bring coffee for Roman?
All the time. Yes.
And you don't mind?
No, that's my job. It's my whole
What
job.
does he take in a coffee? What does he drink?
I think it's two. I have no idea, to be honest. I don't even want to say. I just don't know.
Do you miss Tim Hortons there?
Honestly, I'm not a coffee drinker. Is that bad? No. I don't drink coffee at all. I mostly, unless I'm very tired, I will drink a coffee as like a placebo just to wake myself up. But otherwise, to be honest with you, I like energy drinks a lot more. I know it's really bad for you, but yeah.
Curly $5. I got to grab this too. Marco, great to see you back where it all began. What a watch journey. Cheers. Marco.
Yeah, that's a definitely journey, man.
I got to tell you, man, I'm so proud.
Archie, you and I made sure it wasn't an easy one for him.
Yeah. I got to tell you, me and you had peace. We actually, I never actually publicly said this, but me and you had peace over a year ago. We had a good conversation.
When did we speak?
Funny how you had a peace, yet you encouraged me to go to war.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Marco, I'm so proud of you, man. Tell me this, in the watch world itself, you've got a nice little collection. Are you getting more Rolex? Where are you floating? Like you've gone.
Yeah, so this year, honestly,
have you turned into complete snob and you have dissed Rolex? Be honest.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I never was the biggest Rolex fan to begin with. I think maybe originally, like, I liked Rolex, but I only saw myself owning maybe one or a couple.
I remember your happiness when you received your first Rolex.
I know, that was a great moment. I still remember.
Do you think that will ever be replicated with any other watch?
I don't know. I disagree. I think, so this year, if I have a really good year, I'd like to get a Vacheron Corne de Vache chronograph. And if I can get it, I think I would be very happy. You know, I mean, I think I would be very, very happy.
Here we go. CB $5. Marco is too humble. He is doing top sales. He is doing top purchasing and great videos. He is climbing fast.
Yeah, CB's just singing my praise. I don't think it's. Yeah, I mean, listen. I'm in a great environment, and yeah.
Yeah, no, it's that is absolutely fantastic. It's a great foot in the door, and I got to tell you something. It's watches is it's an interesting time. We're seeing many interesting things, but man, it's great to I really like, I must say myself, redoing my collection. Sometimes you take stock. What do you really want? I love my bluesy.
Marco, do you still have a Panerai?
Yes. Actually, I sold off the Panerai because
the Pan. Remember that?
You know, to be honest with you, I had a really big sentimental attachment to that.
I know, and I always told you that's a bullshit. The material things.
No, I really did.
It was
very tough selling it, but it was just, you know, at a certain point, like the memories I had with my grandfather will always be there, even if the watch
isn't.
So it's like, I just.
It's like saying, well, I was wearing this shirt that when I was with my grandfather, therefore I'm going to wear this shirt forever. That's a nonsense.
Yeah.
So
that was a 111 you had, wasn't it? Was it a 111 or 111?
No, I had a 183. It was a wire lug Radimir.
That's right. Yes. Vu, look at this here. $5. Marco, what's the best watch to wear during a tennis match? Rolex.
Rafa Nadal. Rafa Nadal.
Yeah, Richard Mille, Rafael Nadal.
And we got CB, $10. Marco. Now CB is a huge fan of yours. I love CB. Marco, tell Archie how many views you had so far.
I mean, I don't know total like that. So on one short, I got 1.5 million views. Is one of the really crazy. Yeah,
fantastic.
it's pretty funny.
That's fantastic. Showcase watches £1.80. Marco, critical question.
Ooh.
321 Ed White or Daytona?
Ooh.
Listen, I love a Daytona, but I got to go with the Ed White. It's
Why?
you get the original La Mania movement. It's just a beautiful watch. And in terms of chronograph, I think if you're comparing a regular Daytona to a regular Speedmaster, it's no contest. Obviously, Daytona is a much better watch, but 321 Ed White, I don't know. I just love the Ed White. That's just my personal take.
I remember you doing a lot of research on speedies prior to Roman time, and in deciding what would be the best speedy to buy, you feel that 321 Ed White is the one?
There's a lot of them. I mean, I like the 321 Ed White. I like, I think it's a CK2998, the 40 mil one with
that's got
even the Panda dial. The black one is really nice.
I love the hands on that.
Yeah.
I even like the blue one with the lollipop second hand. There's a lot of good Speedmasters out there. Obviously, the Snoopy is another good one. So I just sold one Snoopy for 18,000 US.
18,000 US.
Yeah.
The new Snoopy, the new Snoopy or silver Snoopy?
Brand new Snoopy, the new 50th.
Ooh, they went down.
Yeah, so like those have come down big time. Yeah.
Ooh, no kidding.
Yeah, those are really nice too. I would love to have one of those.
I love the cast back complication. That's pretty unique and cool. It is gimmicky, but who am I to judge it? I love gimmicky.
TBF 909 $2. Question to Marco and Company: OP41 or Speedmaster? I would have to say Speedmaster.
I think I agree with you. Yeah, but that's another
completely clueless. Why would you pick Speedmaster? To begin, these are completely different watches.
Yeah, it's too different. They're too different to compare. I agree, actually.
If you are a guy that wants to experience luxury timepiece and you had no watches prior to this, and you buy Speedy, you're going to be tremendously disappointed because you're going to discover that's a very rudimentary tool watch.
You know what, though? I kind of disagree with you. Can I say why?
Yeah.
So I disagree with you because if you're going to buy a Rolex, when you think of Rolex, you don't think of an Oyster Perpetual, if that makes sense. So you're buying like the one Rolex that I mean, it's going to sound terrible, but it's like it's not what Rolex is known for. But the Speedmaster is about as classic as you can get from Omega. You're getting like the best from Omega, if that makes sense. So
so you're getting iconic piece from Omega, you're getting not so iconic piece from Rolex.
Yeah.
Okay. But you get my point of disappointment when a newbie gets the Speedy and expects luxury timepiece, discovering this is not luxury.
Yeah, listen. There's a difference in price and quality between.
It's an iconic watch.
Yeah, I never said it's not.
That's far more luxurious than the brick watch.
The which watch?
The brick watch.
Oh, is that Portnoy dude? Portnoy. Yes, yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with him? Seriously, is he doing this for tax write-off? Isn't it? He can't be serious, can he?
I'll be honest with you. I really don't know much about it.
To be completely honest, I think he tried to get into the watch market, not having studied the watch market and thinking, okay, I can just use my name and popularity to sell watches, and that's where he failed.
It's just how many has he sold?
I honestly no clue.
Do you reckon it'd be under 100?
Probably more.
What is his background? Who is this gentleman? What makes him famous?
He set up a sports betting thing called Barstool, some sort of.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest media companies in the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you ask me, in that case, what he should have done if he wanted to enter the watch game, he should have hired somebody who is very much into the watch game. I'm going to say Houdinki-like. I don't like Houdinki, but Houdinki-like. To provide him some guidance on what the watch world is like.
Yeah.
He's only 45 years old. He's a young guy.
Yeah, he's very young. He's very young.
And a bit cocky, you know. Just the problem is that just shows you what happens when you go into an area. That would be like me and Marco, right, going into a business of furniture design.
No, I mean, he even admitted in the interview. He said, like, listen, I've been, so fortunate with Barstool success. I forgot how hard it is to make money. He even said, like, he forgot, like, it was really, like, eye-opening to realize, okay, shit, like, everything I touch doesn't necessarily turn to gold kind of thing.
Yeah. It's a disaster. I mean, here we go. CB, $10. CB, who says the Speedy is not a luxury watch? It can be. Archie, show my artsy-fartsy picture I sent you. This is CB.
He's only got the platinum meteorite subdial 321 head white Speedmaster. He's got like the best of the best, and then the Apollo 50th in gold.
Exactly. He's got some amazing watches, hasn't he, that guy? CB has some absolutely stunning. Bear, I got to tell you, man, will you say the Speedy's not a luxury watch? Why would you say that? I really...
It's definitely luxury. I think that's a bit harsh. That's a little harsh.
I really didn't mean to be harsh. I'm not putting it down. I respect Speedy very much. I just say that it does not... It's a more of a utility professional type of piece. It's a more of a tool watch than what you would gonna get. What would you get from modern Rolex today? It will be more what you get from the pre-ceramic Rolex.
We got another super chat here. Toyota Mo, medium legend. Portnoy's ego is out of control. I tend to agree. So what was the point of him doing the interview with you? He was trying for you guys to say these watches are great, buy them, or what did he want?
It was just like we wanted to get it was basically a medium for him to share why he did the whole brick watch. By essentially, also, lest we forget, we've been in business, 20 years. It gives him, potentially more credibility if he can come onto a watch channel and change our minds. But Roman, I think, did the interview really well. I mean, he basically said, like, your watch is, it's shit. It's got $0 in terms of retained value. It's a TJ Maxx. He literally told him to his face it was a shitter, and that it was a TJ Maxx closeout watch worth $0. Like, I don't think he could have said it, any better without insulting him, personally, kind of thing. So
yes,
that's what it is. What can you do?
Yes, and how did he take it after what was he like when he was off air there?
No, he was fine. He would, what? Listen, he can take criticism. I think he even knows he entered into a space he just didn't understand, and yeah, that was the mistake that he did.
AXN 9 pounds Art. What's a good beta if you already have all the bases covered and the Tudor and Oris are off limits? By the way, the Bluesy is awesome. It's all you, buddy. Never sell that. Yes, I don't want to sell that ever. What's a good beta if you already have all the bases covered and Tudor and Oris are off limits? You know what I reckon a great beta is?
What?
Breitling Super Ocean's a great beta watch.
No argument to that. That's a great beta.
It's a good. I think I would get a Seamaster on rubber.
Ooh, nice. I like that too.
Yeah. Yes. Seamaster Amiga's getting a little bit expensive.
That's ridiculous. Like, their retail prices are getting really ridiculous.
No, you get a Seamaster. You get a Seamaster 300 previous version. No, don't need to go for the newest and the latest.
No, get the new one with the integrated look of the rubber strap. I think it's way nice.
Oh, good point here. Frank the Tank, $5 super chat. He says Speedy is not waterproof, therefore cannot be one and only, whereas Daytona can be worn every day, everywhere.
Oh, there is no comparison between Daytona and Speedy. Let's be fair and honest. That's a nice
regular Speedmaster versus regular Daytona is not even a compare. But the Speedmaster doesn't have like 100 meters water resistance. That's more. Even at 50 meters, that's probably more than
50.
And we got Mobster, $2. Can we show Marco the shower video? No,
please. Oh, God. We need a bigger.
We just got him here. I just got Marco back. Let me
$50 super chat to see that. Exactly. At least 50. It's got to be well worth the while.
Showcase watches, £4.50. Bear, would you consider a Steel Explorer 1 as luxury? It's a tool watch through and through, and same price as Speedy, just for comparison of luxury definition.
Absolutely, I would consider it luxury. Bracelet alone runs circles around any fucking Omega watch. And frankly, the tool definition of Rolex Explorer 2 is based only on its heritage and the specs. But otherwise, it is absolutely luxury watch, which we cannot say for the Speedy.
Yeah, no, the Explorer is definitely a luxury watch, but I also think the Speedmaster is a luxury watch.
100% there. I got to tell you, some entry level watches that people go into, you know, the danger is if you don't spend enough, you're just wasting your money. What would you say? Well, what do you say to people, Marco? Like they say, oh, I want to get a good watch. What would you say? See, in my opinion, go either a Tissot, maybe an Oris if you don't have a lot of money. They're great
Tissot
starters.
PRX is my go. Like honestly, I don't think you can do better than that watch for less than $1,000. It's very like integrated bracelet, good looking watch, solid movement. You know, like it's
the watch brand I hate would have to be Frederick Constantine, because they pretend to be pretend to be Patek at a cheap price. I hate that pretense. Whereas the thing I like about Tissot, Oris even has delusions. You must admit.
Would you say they're the Christopher Ward of the sports watch? Yeah, of the dress world. You know, Christopher Ward for a decade was just Rolex, you know, diet Rolex basically.
Exactly.
But,
exactly.
Now things have changed, I guess.
It's just, you know, the thing is, even Oris, they were delusional. Remember, they brought out that skeletonized thing.
Did you see the new limited edition Oris that Teddy just did a review on with the red flame dial, limited to, I don't know, 1,000 pieces, selling for $4,500 US. I mean, seriously, they start to believe and think they are Tudor.
I mean, I understand they want to move up market. It's just, yeah, I just don't get it either.
Now, Marco, I need to ask you, are you a car person? You're in America. Are you getting a fancy car? I can see you in a BMW 2 Series.
There's many things I think that will change about me in the next few years, and have already changed over the last few years. But one thing I will never be, Archie, is a car guy. I'm sorry. I will never be a car guy. You know what? It's just not for me. You know, there's things that you have to just say, you know what, it's just not for me. And cars are just not my thing.
Roman loves cars, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate them. I like.
Are you driving now? Do you have a car now in America?
No, I carpool to. So I'm roommates with Chris, right? So we carpool to work every day.
I love Chris. Awesome guy.
Great guy, man. You're fucking living the dream, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really lucky.
Fuck, you gotta admire. How old are you now?
I'm 23. I'm turning 24.
Far out, man. You're hitting it big time, man. You're living.
I don't know how old I am anymore. Jesus, 1 second. Yeah, no, I'm 23 still. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, man. Fuck, he's living. He's worked hard. I got to tell you, Bear, he can't begrudge this guy's success. He put a lot of hard yards in, and it's incredible to see him flourish and do well there. It's incredible. Tell me this. Tell me this.
Right? It started like 2-3 years ago, all on this channel. God.
You also, that Hamilton, did you get rid of that Hamilton Ventura?
Oh God, I haven't looked back since I sold it.
Good.
Pizza cutter.
Yes. Pizza cutter. That's right, the pizza cutter. Yes. Yes, pizza cutter.
Oh,
and it's I'm very sad. It actually hurts me a lot. That's the sad thing, is I had the sub date stolen, the 41 sub date stolen. And I also lost.
I mean, there's so many that suck, because I know the sub date was MJT, right? He got that for your reason.
Yes.
And also, even I had the 1861. Right? I had the 1861 I got from MJT.
Shit, it's true, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was a truly nice collection, and he genuinely loved it, which shows that he's leaning toward replacing most of those pieces anyway. So it's a really sad story that nobody wants to hear anymore, but it is a sad story after all.
Yeah, yeah. It's how the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. But I got to tell you, man, it's I love to see the vibe. Bear, what's going on with you? Anything interesting? You've had your the Serbian, sorry, the
Today
Orthodox
is
Christmas.
actually Orthodox Christmas that we celebrated. Right now, it's just me and Bonnie here home alone. I figured I jump on a stream and chat a little bit with you boys. It was a very nice Christmas. Thank you for so many nice wishes I received on WhatsApp and
Oh,
on
it's your birthday? I'm
Instagram.
sorry. Happy belated birthday, Bear.
Oh no, no, not birthday, Christmas, Christmas.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And it's
I'm
today.
sorry.
And
I
it's today.
misunderstood you.
You Italians call it Little Christmas. That's in
Oh, it's
Italian.
true because you're Orthodox, right? Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
correct. That's
Yeah,
correct.
it's true.
And I have achieved my small grail, which I showed yesterday, I think.
Meeting at
Yes.
Pepsi?
My no, that's a big grail. My newest watch in my collection is the Rolex Sky-Dweller 4K, which I love, which was such a short run, which I continuously refuse to pay premium on. But I got not a great deal. I got a fair deal, and watch was in a remarkable condition, which is very important to me. So that's that. I almost had opportunity to pull the trigger on Meteorite Marco. Uh, it was it's very rare to find them in Canada, and it showed up in Canada. It was a dealer. My dealer told me that it showed up. It was 3.5 US thousand. I told him, don't hesitate, pick it up, let's go for it. And the moment he contacted him, it was already gone. So I'm kind of looking for Canadian meteorite. That's my next goal that I'm going after. Super chat, Archie.
Super chat. Here we go. There, Bear. We got one from Doc BBC. Here we go. Doc BBC, $2. 4 big Daytona with steel bezel. Dress. Bakelite is more sporty. 4 big Daytona. What's he saying there, Bear?
Four
Read this.
digit big.
4-digit Daytona with steel bezel is dress. Bakelite is sports. He's talking about the different bezels. The bezels there, Bear.
Right, right. And I'd like to welcome many of Tim Wright's fans in the chat. It's nice to see you all. Thank
There's
you
a lot
for
of bad trolls in the chat tonight. They're just like they never heard the expression "beat a dead horse" because they just continuously beat the dead horse.
yeah. Those are Timmy's boys. Timmy's boys are working hard because they don't
Yes.
like to see what they're seeing right now. They don't like it.
Jeff, $5. Bear, I love the video you did on the Cellini Prince.
Well, thank you. I that's one of my favorite videos myself, to be honest with you. Thank you. The Cellini Prince is a beautiful watch, truly beautiful, and I have probably that was my favorite, the white gold one. I think it's gorgeous. I think it has such a Art Nouveau style. It is. Well, when Archie says you need a dress piece, there you go, Archie. I have a perfect dress piece.
That's the way to go, Bear. That is the way to go there. I've got to tell you, Bear, interesting developments this year. I'm hoping to get a few pieces back into my collection. And I got to tell you, Marco, how are you finding collectors there? What do you think the perfect size of a collection is? You've worked with a lot of watch people. What's the size?
Honestly, so it's so tough because I like the idea of having, just like a small collection, maybe 4 watches. But at the same time, there's so much that because you get to handle like so many watches, there's so much that I want. So I understand people will have like, 10, 15, even 50 watches. It's like, it makes sense because there's just so much out there that's great.
Super chats coming in fast and
Yankee
furious.
Doodle, $10. This morning, as I was reading my New York Times and sipping my coffee, I glanced over to my left wrist and saw my beloved 16610. It's a sub-date pre-ceramic on my wrist. I kissed it and said, I love you.
I got to be honest, I've done that with the Batgirl before, or the Bruce Wayne. I've done it once or twice.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. It's just so, like, sometimes I'll look at the watch and say, oh, you got to go. No, I'm just looking at my watch. You know. Toyota Mo, $5. Medium Legend. Bear, do you have a chance of getting Meteorite from AD? Also, Marco, how are the Space Panda prices nowadays?
I have a 0 chance of getting Meteorite from my AD.
Space Pandas, Marco?
You know what? It's so weird. So white gold is impossible to find. A white gold on Oyster Flex, even on bracelet, is very like almost impossible to find. You can find rose gold, yellow gold on Oyster Flex and bracelet, no problem at all. They're out there and you can get them pretty easily. White gold, I must have placed a call for it like 3 weeks ago, which is, you basically put out like, oh, you wanna buy one. I have not gotten a single hit in like weeks.
Wow.
Which is, yeah, it's just completely, the market is just completely dry. I just cannot find one.
That answers the question.
But yeah, the price is sinking fast. It's not good. That's all I will say.
Frank the Tank, $5. I wear all my Rolex in rotation, and every time I put on the 39mm Explorer 1, it feels so nice and comfortable with the simplicity. Thoughts, please. Of course, that's what makes the Explorer 1 so amazing. It's just the simplicity of it. Remember, for everything you gain, you lose something. This is basically the start of the sports watches. This became the Submariner. It became the GMT. It's the base. The base! The fortress of solitude, Bear. This is the base. And
no wonder this watch has given to so many watches iconic design. So 100%. I would say next to Rolex Sub, this is one of the most remarkable designs coming out of Rolex.
I got to tell you, the only thing is, Frank, I reckon the Z Blue Milgauss, I love that more than the 39mm Explorer 1. The 36, I think, is a bit too small for a lot of guys. But the 39, I prefer the Z Blue, Bear. I love blue.
Marco, your opinion on Explorer?
They're so different to compare because obviously one's a very kind of austere look, if you will. It's a black dial, all brush case, brush bracelet, versus one which is like a vibrant blue with a polished case and polished center links. It's so difficult to compare the two watches. I don't know, honestly. I really don't know which one. Like they're too different to compare. I like the Z Blue better in terms of like looks, but I think the Explorer is definitely a more versatile watch in that you can do anything with it and it's never out of place.
Right.
Absolutely.
Super chat from iconic CB.
CB, super chat, CB, my hero. I love you, CB, $5. I confirm about my white gold meteorite. I've been waiting 6 months. There you go.
Waiting from AD or waiting?
He's AD. CB has super connection.
Imagine that. Oh, the tears in my eyes. Oh, poor CB. Waiting 6 months.
That's a long time for
meteorite. Like, really, CB? How? That's so tough.
I think he told me he asked for like a platinum Daytona. He got one like 3 weeks later or something ridiculous. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Mr. GMT. Mr. Sexy, awesome to see 3 legends together. $2. Thank you, Mr. Sexy. Thank you so much. Trooper, $5. I'm a lower middle class man from an upper middle class family. I blame you, Archie. There we go. Yes, watches will certainly keep you poor. That's for sure. And I'm always very envious of the one watch person. One or two or three. I think the happiest I've been was when I had about 3 watches, Marco.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4 is probably a very responsible number.
Because you end up wearing them. When I had too many, I end up wearing beaters. What's the point? Life's too short to wear beaters.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. You don't want to ruin the expensive stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that is absolute amazing stuff. Bear, you also this year, oh, what do you got here? Watches 63, £4.50. Will Rolex ever use the green glass on anything other than the Milgauss? Interesting question.
That's actually a good question, man.
I don't think they will. I don't see them doing it.
What about? Have you handled that new titanium diving Rolex, the 50
Actually, I
mil?
haven't seen it yet. I have not, no. Because the prices people are asking for is, I mean, first of all, it's a retail, like, isn't it like 30,000 or something like
Yep.
outrageous at retail?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so that's the first thing. I mean, I don't know many dealers who will even pay close to list price, even though it might be trade. I mean, we certainly wouldn't be, just because like it's an unwearable watch for the most part. I don't know where the demand comes from, but yeah, no thanks.
Here we go. Watches 24, $5. Marco, what's the current grey price of a Pepsi with full kit in new or like new condition?
About like 18,000 US, 18, 19,000, somewhere in there. Maybe, yeah, 18, 19, I think.
That's
Somewhere
a
in there.
great deal, actually.
Yeah, you could probably get it around that price. I mean,
Now-
they're basically trading at now what they were trading at when they were first released, actually, which is pretty crazy.
Marco, we've had a number of newbies, Strider. I've had a few new talent, and they are convinced. Strider bought a GMT Tudor from an AD. He's convinced if he bought a Speedmaster, then he'd be in the running to get a Sermon. Do you have any Rolex AD dreams or fantasies, or has that all gone now?
Honestly speaking, I gotta say, I'm still technically, quote unquote, I guess, on the list for a sub that's never coming. And
That was
you know
your
what?
AD in Canada.
Yeah, and you know what? I have zero like desire to play the AD games. At this
Yeah.
point, I don't know. I've never played the AD games successfully, so I'm not the person to talk about that. If I'm going off my experience, if you can buy a Tudor and then get a Sermon, I think he's a little crazy, to be completely honest with you. I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, that's just me and my experience. So I don't know. I wish him all the best, I guess.
By the way,
Yeah.
Tudor, but Diet Pepsi and Speedy will definitely not qualify, in my experience, for Summit as it stands right now.
Yeah, the delta on the gray market is too big. They can get more significant purchase history
Correct.
for a Starbucks.
Mm, mm. It's always an interesting thing. Newbies come into the hobby, they think they can get something at retail. That's the
Champagne
game.
wishes and caviar dreams, Archie. Champagne
Exactly.
wishes.
Well,
Champagne.
in their defense, there are some social medias personalities, YouTube personalities, pushing that as a possibility and giving them a false hope. Or three of us have no idea what we're talking about, and this is actually happening on a regular basis. If you go watch some other YouTube channels, they will try to tell you that you can get anything from AD without any games. And that's not experience I had. So now I reserve my comment to say from my personal experience. Even with all this present situation with the Rolex is dipping 30% overall, my AD has no Rolex available for sale. They are all pre-allocated. I'm talking even shitters like no, like they just not fluted oyster two tone. Uh, I'm just saying that's my personal experience.
Mm.
And I
Showcase.
don't know when they do come
Canadian
up with
market
these.
is very, very difficult. It's
When they
very
do come
difficult.
up with this, I would love for these proponents of so-called "you can get anything" to give us actually the AD, the address, the place, the AD where this can be done, so they can fully help the newbies, not just talk about it.
Showcase watches £4.15. Newbies need to wake up. Don't wait for the call. Make the call to your grey market dealer and buy on your terms, not sucking AD sausages to spend dollars.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I just don't have the patience for it. You know what? I'm never going to be that guy who's going to get on my hands and knees and practically beg for a watch.
Michael, it's not just patience any longer, because right now the game is becoming expensive. What I mean by that, you have to buy shit that is dropping in price to get a Rolex that's dropping in price.
Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of like a loss. You can't really gain by doing that.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, listen, let's just go back to a Pepsi, for example. You know, what's the spend history going to have to be to get a Pepsi? I would say at least, you know, you're not walking in and buying a Pepsi. I don't care what anybody tells me. You're going to spend at least 10 to 20,000 to get it, at least, right? I would say even at least 20,000 to get a Pepsi. More. Yeah, okay, but let's peg it at 20,000, right? So your Pepsi out the door costs you about 10 grand with taxes, let's say. So you're paying a Pepsi 30,000.
The Batman in my AD is going to cost you 25 to 35. The Pepsi is going to cost you 75 to 100.
Right, which is crazy. But I mean, let's just go off 25, or 20, just because it's an easy number, right? Let's just say 20. It's probably a lot more, but your Pepsi right out the gate is going to cost you $30,000 to get at retail. Why not just buy a brand new one for 18, 19 on the gray market? It just makes so much more sense. Like I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Simple math.
Yeah.
Here we go. Another super chat. Ed McGowie, 100 Thai baht. There was a fellow from Ankara who was a terrific wankara. He sowed his wild oats with the help of a goat, but didn't even stop to thank her. That's a weird one. And we got CB, $5. Arch, please read Saad question to Marco. Now, Saad's question, I actually found that there. He was saying, Marco, what's your analysis on future prices of Rolex? Will they go up again or keep going down?
Okay, so if you would ask, listen, first of all, I would say I don't have a crystal ball, obviously. I can't predict the future. Buy watches at your own risk if you're going to buy for profit. I'm not an advisor or anything like that. I'll say this. In the short term, I definitely could see, prices continue to come down or, stabilize somewhat in the near term. Obviously, the stock market is still bleeding money. Inflation is still very high. It seems interest rates will continue to go up. So all the signs point to, the market continuing to go down. But I think one thing that's lost on people is what the watch market may become in the next few years. Like you see, people like Morgan Stanley, for example, starting to analyze the watch market, and institutional money is a completely different ballgame. If they start backing, let's say whoever, right? And they start trading on the gray market, that's a completely different ballgame, in terms of liquidity, in terms of money. I mean, listen, I just don't know, because it's a huge X factor. If they ever enter into, the gray market, that would be huge. But yeah, I think in the short term, I definitely could see, prices continuing to come down. But long term, it's like all things, all things trade in cycles. So I definitely see them going back up in the long term, like everything else, essentially.
I will be back in 1 minute, Bear. Just cover me for a minute, Bear.
I just wanna cover very important price developments on the fake Rolex market. They're stable. They're stable for the high quality noobs, guys. You still have to spend some money. I'm talking at least $1,500 for a good quality replica like Diego has. So that's the one you should be going for after all. And I again want to welcome all the Team Rights fans in the chat to tell them that the scales are coming from Tokyo. The scales are coming, and I'll be rushing to appease you all with the video in weighing my watches, so you can elaborate on that yourself. And yeah, it's coming. It's coming very soon. It's coming very fucking soon. Hey, Marco, insider question. If you are uncomfortable answering, that's okay. Just say don't want to comment. I really enjoyed the apprentice competition at Luxury Bazaar. I think all boys did kind of well. Surprisingly, they all did well. I mean, there was really no bad performers. Who is your favorite and why? I can tell you who is mine if you're.
That's kind of a trap question. That's. Listen, I don't say I would have a favorite particularly.
Peter really won me over.
Peter is a great guy,
and I'm going to be honest.
And they're all good
why.
guys, to be honest with you.
Besides that New York accent, which is kind of cool, he's showing the most actually knowledge about the watches, and he seems that he's the most actually passionate about watches. They're all good salespeople. They're all very good salespeople. They have that in them. They know how to relate to the guests. They're actually very good in dealing with the critical elements that he puts as an obstacles for them. But one thing I noticed from very beginning with Peter, he's a New Yorker, right? Am I using the right guy, right name? Peter is the New Yorker guy.
Yeah, Peter. Yep.
Peter, yeah. He seems the most knowledgeable. Do you at least agree with that?
Of the three, I think so. Peter is the most knowledgeable on Rolex specifically. He has good knowledge of other brands. I would give Dave credit. Dave is not, he's no slouch. I think he has a long way to go still, but he's come a long way in a short time, and he's very knowledgeable himself. So yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right.
But they're both like, I would put them at par. They're pretty similar. I think Peter gets the edge because obviously he can take par watches and service them and polish them and what have you.
Yes, that's impressive. To me, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Also, being that I'm Rolex centered, obviously, I forget that. Instinctively, I forget that, and I look into
Just very
that.
quickly, Frank the Tank, $2. Thanks for updating the fake Rolex waiting list. There we go.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I am here to appease the Tim Wright community.
There we go. So, sorry, go back to your talk there. You were saying
No,
about
we're talking about the apprentice competition at Luxury Bazaar, which is interesting, to be honest with you. The guys are quite interesting people, so I was more looking for insider opinion, but I understand Marco cannot really disclose those kind of things. Super chat from Gun Glutton.
Gun Glutton, $10. 2 years ago, I got the call for a green OP41 a week after asking. It was the day before Christmas Eve. It was bad timing, and I didn't get it. I'm embarrassed to admit this. By the way, I hit 50,000 subs today on Christmas.
Should have put it on a credit card and flipped that thing. Whatever. It's okay.
Hey, we all coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Speaking of shoulda, woulda, coulda, how are you, Hype Freak?
Hey, Archie, Bear, Marco. It's been so long.
Hype, baby.
So long.
By the way, Bear, just to answer your question.
Hey, mate. What's going on?
Just to answer your question real quick, I will say this: between the three of them, I'm probably closest with Kevin. So yeah, Kevin, who's the winner of the challenge, I'm pretty proud of him. He came a long way, so he's a great guy, and glad to see him succeeding.
Yeah, they're all great guys.
But they're all
great.
Honestly, they really are great.
I'm going to be honest with you, Marco. I'm not a big fan of Roman, but everyone else I am kind of like really enjoying. And I love the fact that there's less and less of Roman.
You said you're not a big fan of Roman, but you have to throw me in there also. Come on. We got to keep this.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of you and Roman, but everybody else, to be honest, well, actually, I changed that. Everybody else, to be honest, is quite interesting, and it's becoming less and less about Roman and more about people there. And I think that's a good path they're taking.
Ed McGowie, 100 Thai baht. There was a fellow called Bear who had a full head of hair. When he grew older, his head became colder. A fake Rolex waiting list he did share. And we got ASB 2810, £4.50. Hey, Paul and Bear, what do you think of the Pepsi on the Oyster? Hope you're well, Paul. Glad you've already built up a small collection again. Love it, Amar. I got to tell you, I love Pepsi on Oyster. I love the Pepsi on Jubilee. If I had a choice, I'd take the Jubilee for the simple reason it gives them variety, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't.
Here's the Pepsi on Oyster. Here's the Pepsi on Oyster.
Beautiful. Look at the Oyster bracelet.
Yeah, I gotta
Very
say, I think the Jubilee bracelet is still the best bracelet Rolex makes, even
I
over.
gotta head off, guys. I want to say, Marco, great to see you back on the panel. You'll be a regular panelist now every day, 3 hours a
That's not
day.
happening. I'm sorry, but that just cannot happen. It just will never happen.
Okay,
It's
guys.
okay. We
I would
love to
love
have
to.
you on anytime we can get you. Okay, anytime you're
Yes, sir.
free, we'd love to have you on there. So
See you later,
that's-
guys. I'm going to enjoy the
See you
rest of
later.
my
Bye.
luxury escape. See you guys. Bye.
Thank you. No, I got to tell you, it's really good to see you on there. I'm really happy. Please feel free to come on anytime you like there, Marco. We love to chat watches, see
I
the
thought you were
industry.
all by yourself when I came on. I was like, oh god, I can't let him.
Yeah.
I finished my dinner while I was on with you, essentially.
Tell me this. They say you should
Can
never
I
meet
just
your
answer
heroes.
the question that he asked
Sorry.
the last super chat?
Sorry.
Go ahead. I have the Jubilee and the Oyster bracelets Pepsis, and I prefer Oyster on Pepsi because it just looks aesthetically appeasing to me. I am not against Jubilee. I like Jubilee more on the Sky-Dweller, and I do start to like Jubilee a lot on the Datejust 41. But when it comes to professionals, I still lean toward Oyster.
Wow, good analysis. Bear, I got a few super chats. I got to do these super chats. Hands, knees, and toes, £2. Marco, dance for us. Not for £2. And we've got Zeppy, $5. Dear Bear, Robert Ranger is a troll saying anti-Semitic comments here. Not cool. Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on it, but
No,
that's definitely
don't even keep eye on it. Robert Granger is immediately banned. Archie, please go and do the thing. Robert Granger,
okay, I'll find
just
him.
ban the fucking Yahoo.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna wait for people to repeat this kind of shit. Zappi has a reputation. Zappi is our core supporter, and when Zappi says something, that we follow, especially things like that.
Tell me this. They say you should never meet your heroes.
Oof.
You're working
I never
in the
met you, Archie. I never met you.
Thank you. They say you should never meet your heroes, Marco. What's it like? You now know how sausages are made. Do you still love watches the same way?
Yeah, 100%. I think so. I think I've said this actually to a few people where you'd think because you get to handle so many watches, you want so much. Actually, it makes you more picky. Does that make sense? Because you get to handle so much like amazing watches on a regular basis that like you really become more focused in terms of what you want personally and what you like as well. But yeah, no, it's I still love watches the same. I mean, I still read as much about watches as I used to watch. Not as much, but I try to watch as much content as I can. And yeah.
Sounds good. Rolex.
What are you watching? What's your favorite channel? I know this is not a trap. I'm not asking about Archie. I'm asking when you're watching a content. What are you watching? What do you recommend? What's the good watch content channel?
I mean, I love JJ's Watch Hangout, of course. That's my guy. So
all right.
We give him the link. We give him the link.
Yeah. So I love JJ. I still watch pretty much everybody that I used to watch. I still like watching Tim Masso and his Watchbox reviews.
Me too.
I still enjoy those, and I still very much watch them. I still watch TikToking is another one that I really like. Steve Halleck from TikToking, who's a great guy, by the way. I like as well Revolution Watch and Waco. They do some good.
Yes, love that guy. Love him.
Watches TV is another good one. Swiss Watch Gang. He's also an amazing guy. Yeah, I mean there's a ton of great channels out there. There's so many.
Nice. Trooper, $5.
Trooper, $5. Yeah, I used to consider Marco a bit of a flog. Not anymore. Thanks for coming back. There we go from Trooper, $5. Yes, I say thank you as well for coming on our stream today. We love to see you here. I got to tell you what, it's when are you going back to Pennsylvania then? When are you flying back?
I think a couple more weeks, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember actually.
Okay. And how do you find life in Pennsylvania compared to Canada?
It's a completely different ball game when you gotta do laundry, you gotta cook for yourself. It's not the same, It's certainly not.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's great. Yeah, no,
Exactly. Hey, who do you work best with? Obviously, Chris, you are roommates. You are working most of the time together. But besides Chris, who else you get along? Like, why? What do you enjoy about that person? What do you like the most?
I probably get along with Alex the best, just because we're alike person. Not like personality wise, but like in the way that we think.
There's a less
He's
and
very
less
sharp,
Alex
obviously.
in the show. He was the top salesperson, but I hardly see him in a show any longer.
Yeah, he doesn't. He honestly, it's just he has a hard time being on camera. To be honest, it's not like super easy for him.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, he's me and him are probably probably, if I had to say one person I'm the closest with, is probably Alex, and then I would say Adrian also. Yeah, obviously Roman too, but yeah.
Is Roman any different than what he appears to be like on camera?
Same person.
Same person.
I could not work with him. Fuck with that.
We can't work for people, Bear. Me and you can't work for
Dude,
people.
I would have to tell him, like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, shut up, man. Let's fucking hear someone else talk.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that, too. Yeah.
Nothing. No, this wasn't for you. This was just me.
Do you want to buy an apartment in Penn there? Are you going to...
I mean, it's certainly a much better
to
financial decision to buy a house than rent. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How are the prices there?
Sorry, say that one more time.
How are the
What's
prices
the price?
there?
Honestly, I haven't really looked into it, to be completely honest with you.
You're making good money. I mean, why not? That's a proper way to invest your money.
Yeah, listen. I'm not ready for one quite yet. But yeah, that's probably a good idea.
How long are you gonna be with Luxury Bazaar, you think? What's your estimate? What is your plan? What's your goal?
I mean, I don't know. I like where I'm at now. I don't see myself changing anytime soon for the time being. I don't know what kind of question that is.
I'll be honest with you. In my industry, if you are manager at certain hotel at certain time, if you don't move in a matter of 3 to 5 years, you get stale. That's how my industry is. And if you want to progress, you have to advance at least every 5 years.
I mean, it's a little bit different because I'm starting out at such a high, like Luxury Bazaar is one of the biggest, watch company, gray market dealers in the world, right? So I'm starting at such a high already that it's like, there will be few others that can offer the kind of resources that they do, right? So it's really, it gives me the best opportunity to do what I like to do best. So
they might not be the biggest from the perspective of the sales, but they are definitely highly exposed on social media and YouTube, which is creating you all a bit of a mini stars.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? I'm serious.
I guess. I mean,
like if you work for David SW, you're not going to have any exposure.
I don't see myself like that, but sure.
No, I'm just saying that does that play a big role in this?
Not really. To be honest with you, more so than anything else, I just like the people I work with. It's not a corporate environment. It's very relaxed. It's very family. Like you feel like you're a part of the family once you're really immersed in the kind of work environment. So it's not like it's just I really enjoy just being there.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. It's really good to find a good place to work.
Super. And, I am. Did you know, Marco, that I'm employed now by Archie?
Does he pay you?
Yeah. Monthly $1,000 Australian.
Wow.
Yeah. And
good
he's on time.
Write-offs.
He's always
good
on
for
time.
The write-offs. Good for the write-offs.
Thank you.
SR Bell $67.5 AC. Would you let Marchie and his boyfriend tag team you at the same time? Raw for a Platona, Smurf, Batman, Starbucks, Kermit, Hulk, and $1 million US. You know what? No, I don't want to do things I don't want to do. I don't want to
Jesus
do
Christ.
things. I don't want to do some things. There's some things in life I don't want to do. Does that make sense? I just don't want to do that sort of stuff. I like to be honest to myself. That's the way I feel about it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But I got to tell you, it's
Would you believe me, by the way, Toyota Mo, that Archie said I'll pay you $1,000 a month when we negotiated. I said, no, just pay me Australian. I'm a fucking moron. Is that true, Archie, or am I making it up?
ooh, that's true.
Thank you.
But you've been a good sport. You know, I've got you down there for the. Don't worry about it. When we renegotiate the contract in 10 years' time, we can see what we'll do differently.
It was a 1 year, Archie, not 10 years.
Oh, sorry. Okay, 1 year. Okay.
What's the next watch on your list, Marco?
Probably a Corn de Vache. Yeah.
VC.
Wow, that was fast. That was.
I'm between that. I mean, you know, I have a love affair with the 1942, the historic 1942.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I still do love that watch, but I don't know. There's part of me that just wants to go for the chronograph. That is just.
I was called by AD for that watch, but I turned it down.
It's not really worth buying it. I mean, that to me is like a nice, you know, it's like a really nice, maybe. I mean, 25 to 30,000 watches where I'd like to be in it for. For a manual wind chronograph in steel, I think that's a really great price. I think eventually it will get there, but I'm not in a rush.
Interesting. What's your favorite 2022 watch release?
Oh God, there's
besides the Moonswatch.
Honestly, I really like the MBNF LMX in steel and brass. That was probably one of my favorites.
Archie, can you bring that up?
Here I got it.
Yes, we can. I'll bring that up.
I'll pull it up, Arch.
Pull it up, Arch. Pull it up. Look at that. This is old times. You know, the sad thing is, Bear, is that I haven't grown anywhere in my career, and his career is flying, Bear. You see that?
Archie, you're a 50-year-old man. Like, how you can't compare yourself to 23-year-old.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Ambitious. They work hard.
Yeah. Listen, it's okay. You are at the right place for your age. Don't worry about it. You're doing good, man.
Thank you. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. That is.
I mean,
beautiful.
most people will probably hate this, but I absolutely love MBNF.
My good friend.
You would actually wear that.
Oh yeah, I'm a big
on a regular basis.
Oh, 100%. When
Wow.
I'm at the office, I try to wear so we have the Legacy machine here. 1 second, I'll pull it up. We have this watch. And I wear it I try to wear it as often as possible without, this watch is incredible. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't CB have that? What's he got?
He does. He has the titanium Evo edition, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, SR Bell $67 $2. Bear, how many inches? Be honest.
Very average, to be honest with you. If I want to lie, it's 7. If I want to be honest, it's 6. But it's very thick. It's very thick.
What a great. So you enjoy the NBA. You know, CB's a huge fan of some of these independents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, me and him discuss it pretty. He will show me, some of the things he wants, and he's going after. And
he's got amazing taste. Amazing.
He's like a super collector, but you would never know it. Yeah.
No, he's just.
The way I look at that,
you're not like in your face about. You get those collectors that is like, oh, look at all my watches, look at all the, how much I have invested into the hobby. And this CB is not like that. He's just like a good guy to have like a pizza and a beer with, kind of guy.
CB is the type of guy I can understand getting MB&F. It is the rich boy's toy. It's a truly a toy rather than a watch. It's a little machine on your wrist. And with all due respect, Marco, I don't see you as a guy with MB&F, but hey,
But aren't I a rich boy? Didn't I steal 70,000?
70 fucking thousand
There
dollars.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, but even that doesn't qualify you for that watch. How much is it fucking?
AC, how many inches? There we go. SR Bell, $2. How many inches? I'd say about 3 or 4 on a good day.
Good.
And Frank the Tank, $2. Upvote, please. Fikers.
Oh,
There we
yes,
go.
please, guys. Come on. Come on. Let's see some upvotes. I especially invite Bossman to upvote. He's been enjoying this show tremendously.
Yeah, I got to tell you. So you're allowed to wear those MB&Fs in the office?
Yeah, you can wear pretty much any watch you want. I mean, listen, you have to be careful. Obviously, you can't just start playing tennis with a watch on the wrist. But yeah, no, obviously.
Have you had much to do with Richard Millé's? Any of
they're
those?
amazing. Honestly, they're so good. I would love to own one day. I really would. I know this
So
sounds like awful.
you at one time were not fan of Richard.
I know, but being able to handle them, they are really like you get them once you get the brand once you see it in person. You really do. Listen,
How many Richard Millé's do you guys have in stock at any one time?
Not many, honestly, not many.
Because I went to the New York boutique. They had one in the shop.
Wow.
According to what I've seen, they have declined in value less than other brands.
Yeah, a lot less, but they're starting to come down pretty hard. And I mean, listen, a watch with a high ceiling also has a high floor, so they're pretty volatile right now. I mean, on one Richard Mille that we bought, we lost 200,000, I think, on it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was a rough one. That was very rough.
Fuck.
I mean, that's what it is. What are you gonna do? At the time that we bought it, it was a great deal, but market came down hard and fast.
Playboy Hefner, $2. Centimeters or millimeters? Centimeters. Centimeters.
Inches,
I thought we said
inches,
baby.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. That's the thing in the watch game. There can be very brutal landings, can't there?
Yeah, listen, you can be right 100% of the time. You just have to be more right than you are wrong, right?
I was also surprised when I was watching most recent, I don't remember which one, and one of your boys actually refused a Rolex. I think it was it Root Beer or something with a comment.
Air King. I think it was Air King.
Air King. Yes, you're right.
Oh my goodness.
Air King. We have too many in stock.
No, we only have one in stock. We sold off pretty much everything that we had. But we just honestly, it's just the demands for Air King right now is just next to nothing. So what we'd be willing to pay.
The Air Kings is next to nothing. You're joking.
Oh, it's pretty bad. Yeah, demand wise.
Why?
I mean, it's just bad. It's just it's not there.
You're not a fan of Air King? You're not a fan of Air King?
The Crown Guard or no Crown Guard?
The old one. No Crown Guard. No Crown Guard. The old one.
Oh yeah, I don't like those, to be honest.
Yeah, the old one.
Super chat from your favorite troll, Mr. Chesterfield.
Here we go. SR Bell Bear. We did that one. We got Toyota Mo Medium Legend. Is RM overpriced for what you were getting?
Sir Bell 67 Bear. How many inches do you think Mark Goldberg is?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
I think Mark is a big boy. I honestly do believe he's a big boy. I would estimate
10 incher.
No, but 8. I picture him as an 8-incher. I think he is. Alpha guy. Toyota Mo Medium Legend.
Toyota Mo Medium Legend, $2. Is RM overpriced for what you're getting? Hard to say.
I mean, no, I don't think it is. I think at retail, even on gray market, all things considered, probably yes. You know what I mean? There's a certain you have to buy into the brand, and for those who don't believe in the brand, it's going to be overpriced. It just is what it is. I would love a Richard Mille for like a lot less than retail price. Like 40 off retail, but I mean, paying gray market pricing, I don't know. You could build a whole.
I think that would hurt very much the image. The image of the watch is the significant
right. It's also the message, the exclusivity. It's like I did a video with Adrian about this, like the Billionaires Boys Club, right? It's like you're part of a secret club of owners of Richard Mille watches, and you very much have to buy into that idea if you're going to buy a Richard Mille, especially at market price.
We got a super chat here for Playboy Hefner, $5. How do you all feel about the Hamilton Murph? Design-wise, aside from being a shitter, they now have it in 2 sizes, 38 and 42. The Hamilton Murph.
Yeah. The new one that came out is in 38 millimeter. I never liked design. The 42 millimeter was also too big. 38 millimeter is a great size. But as a watch, I just don't like design of it. To be honest with you, they're actually Hamilton khakis I like more than that. I love my bronze one.
How much is what's the retail price? Do you know?
11 in Canadian, 11 something.
Yeah, I would get a PRX all day over this. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this is just I don't see any value.
It's kind of Hamilton's Explorer 1 in some ways.
Isn't this the Interstellar watch? I think it's
this is done as per Interstellar movie.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'll pass. Yeah, I think there's better stuff out there.
I'll pass as well. I agree on PRX.
It's Bell, $2. Bear, would you let Mark G ATM you for $10 million?
I don't know what ATM means, to be very honest with you, but if it's anything sexual, it wouldn't work because I'm not a homosexual or bisexual.
Yeah, let's just move on quickly.
It won't work.
Here we go. Zeppy, $5. Love seeing Marco back. Arch and Bear, so happy when you show up, kiddo. Look at that, Bear.
Listen, I got to say, I said this when you first showed up. The last time I was here, it wasn't very pleasant, and it was just the 3 of us. But I guess things have changed.
Well, no, the last time actually you showed up, it was during the crisis of stolen watches.
It is true.
Previously.
That's true.
The crisis of what? Sorry.
Nothing, Archie. Just keep going, man.
Just keep going. It's all good.
Yeah.
Keep it going. There we go. No, it's all good there. I got to tell you, it's really good to have you here, Marco. I got to say that. It's nice to see you. Man, it's felt like, it's been a, we got, who's this guy? I got to tell you, these watches themselves, they're Hamiltons. They do absolutely nothing for me. Do they do anything for you, Marco, when you see this garbage? What do you think of this shit?
I mean, listen, it's a nice watch for somebody who's getting into watches. Like I like, is this Mike the Snake?
Yeah. Hi, Marco.
Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I wasn't sure if it was one of those like recorded videos, that people play with of you.
No.
Yeah, so I like Hamilton. If you're first getting into watches, it's a nice watch, well built for the price. But yeah, I mean, listen, once you get, you get to a point once you start buying Tudor and Omega and Rolex, you don't look back, kind of thing. I mean, maybe you'll buy something here and there, but yeah, you kind of leave these behind.
Playboy Hefner, $2. I'd get a PRX if they drop a 37 to 38 mil size.
I'd like to see them in a smaller size as well. It would be a nice choice. I really agree with that. Maybe 38. Yeah, it would be nice. Just because of the way the watch is, integrated bracelet and this and that, would wear really nice. I would enjoy that. I am. I'm not saying that this is not a good one the way it is, but I think 38 millimeter would look kind of nicer on my wrist. I have a feeling it would.
What is the watch in discussion?
The Tissot PRX.
Ah, okay. And that's the watch pictured here?
No, that picture there is a Hamilton Murph, the new Murph that came out in 38 millimeters. Prior to this, it was in 42, which frankly was, considering the way the lugs are and the watch sits.
Here's the PRX, by the way. Just put the PRX.
The PRX.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. We got Mobster, $5. Marco, thoughts on the Lange 1? It trades way below retail. Bargain Lange or stay away?
It's in my I'm just Archie. Block your ears 1 second. I would buy that over any Patek Calatrava any day of the week. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. You can get them. Honestly, we have, I think, a rose gold Longa one.
Can I just
You
comment?
can get this in like the low 20s nowadays.
That's
I
a
mean,
very
low
different
20s.
different Marco's opinion from the time that he battled the Higgins.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's obviously the history is what it is. I think that they can't escape it, but it's a beautiful watch. Yeah, there's just no way around it.
Agreed.
Low 20s,
I
if
would
you can
never
get in the
buy
low
Lange.
20s, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal buying.
I would never
Absolutely.
buy Lange over Patek.
Really?
Never.
Just because of the resaleability, or
No.
just like the company better?
It's honestly to do with the aesthetics. It's honestly to do with the aesthetics. I'm not. I mean, I would consider, if I'm debating Patek or Saxonia, which are very similar looking, Patek Calatrava or Saxonia, I would consider maybe Saxonia. But I mean, for the fact of prestige, in my own head, in my own mind, I would go. I would have been gone with Patek.
But
Yeah.
the issue is, so you're comparing like apples to oranges because a Patek Calatrava is much more expensive than a Longa Saxonia.
Yes.
Like
I gotta tell you,
a
Marco, I
Patek
gotta
trades in
tell
the
you,
20s. Like a 5196R, I recently sold for over 20, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like just over 20. You know, a Saxonia you can get in like the mid 10s, even maybe less potentially.
I got to tell you, Marco, I honestly think some of the Langes there, that they generally tend to be a better size. Some of the Pateks, they are a bit small just because of the brand, the history of the brand, and that there, like they went through that 70s phase where smaller, 33 mil Lange kind of evaded that because they came out when the sizings was changing. But
Yeah.
I got to tell you, for a lot of the
think-
Langes themselves, they're incredible bang per buck.
Yeah.
Lange, I don't think I'd want to buy Lange from the AD, but they're not discounting. They're trying
They're
to turn
so
it.
expensive at retail. It's absolutely outrageous. Like their retail
True.
price have. I mean, we talk about raising retail price. Lange has gone outrageously expensive. I would say when it comes to Patek, where they really shine is the middle to upper tier. Their World Times annual calendar, perpetual calendar. I think that's where they really shine, and they compete more effectively to Lange. But at the entry level, I think it's not really a competition. Although I do like the new 6119 Calatrava. That is very nice.
I'm looking at the Lange one right now, and that thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one.
And the thing is too, it's also the Lange one. The thing I like about it, even if you get the 38.5 mil, that's the cheapest size one, because it's quite a thin bezel. It's actually quite a wear. It wears like a 39 and a half. I think it wears bigger.
It definitely wears bigger. You're correct. You're definitely right in saying it wears bigger.
For sure.
Amazing. Is there a bad Lange, really? A bad Lange?
We missed SR Bell's super chat. And
No, actually, Mr. Zoso comes first. Mr. Zoso comes first.
Mr. Zoso, $5. Ordered the Yema wristwatch micro rotor. Think good bang per buck.
Can you go again, Archie, and read this properly?
Here we go. Ordered the Yema Wristmeister micro rotor. Think good bang per buck. Thoughts from the panel.
Can you bring it up?
Yeah,
bring it up.
Yema.
Bring it up, Arch.
So Yema itself is a brand that I really can't stand. This is what they sort of make, which
I don't mind Yema. Well, I'm going to answer to Mr. Zoso because he knows already I love this watch, and my choice is the blue one.
Is Yema kind of in the Tissot range level, like?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's actually a very good comparison.
The watch pictured here is very Genta-esque.
Yeah, they're going for that look.
Yeah, it's got the the octagonal bezel and the integrated bracelet and everything. It kind of looks like a lot of other watches.
If you show the movement, it's quite nicely done as well. It has a micro rotor. It's in the color of the dial.
Micro rotor, yeah, micro rotors are kind of cool.
Maybe
Different.
just go Archie in and enter that where it says thing. Just enter where the picture is, or go to all to get a website. Oh, there is a movement on the green one. I know Archie is not going to approve this, which I understand Archie's position on this brand.
Oh, look at that! That's pretty.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like that they colored the movement. That's something that you don't see very often.
I wonder what Marco thinks of this.
I'm not the biggest fan, to be completely honest. I don't know. It's just not a watch for. I would say get it to PRX over this.
I've not researched it. I'm just talking
about what's the price. Bell 67 $2. Mike, how much of your DNA is on your keyboard?
Jesus Christ!
Oh,
and we got Playboy Hefner $5. Currently have Seiko Hamilton Vostok Shitter collection. Think about Tudor Black Bay 58 silver or vintage Rolex Datejust next. Which way would I go? I'd probably go for the Tudor Black Bay. The Rolex is a bit small. And if you've got a limited budget, probably over-polished to shit.
I agree with you, Pontiff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those older Datejusts now, unless you buy a nice example, which are asking a premium, you're just going to get one that's been fucking polished 50 million times. And it's
if he actually said that he wants to go with the Datejust 41, let's say smooth bezel, oyster bracelet, something that he can get relatively cheap, I would have obviously recommend that. When I see this kind of thing where he's trying to edge the deal with the vintage Rolex, never ever, if you're not ready to pay the piper, not buy Rolex.
Yeah, I think that's one mistake a lot of newer collectors do, which is, they'll buy like a cheaper Rolex, if that makes sense. And that watch always ends up getting sold. Just
no offense, my good friend, Timely Behavior, he bought a 34 mil. It's just, he said his grandfather had one. That's why he wanted that.
Yeah,
but
no, I know what you're talking about. The Oyster Precision.
Exactly.
But it makes sense for him.
Look what we got Vin Tenier saying hello, $5. Good morning, good evening, good morning, Arch and gang. Let's take a moment to give kudos to Bear for his great work. Thank you, Bear.
Thank you, my dear friend. Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Is this Yima a in-house movement?
Sorry, Mikey?
Is this Yima?
That is the in-house movement, yes.
Okay. My initial reaction was just kind of knee-jerk because of the colorization of the movement.
Me too, Mikey.
The micro rotor.
I like it. Listen, the price, I forgot. Maybe Mr. Zoso can actually remind us.
Wasn't it about $1,500?
Yeah, it's a fair price, man. And for what you're doing, it's a quite beautiful watch.
I think that watch got, it's got it going on. Price point, and a lot of features.
This is watch that Marco and Archie would obviously turn down, wouldn't even look at it. But this is a type of shitter that Mr. Zoso, JJ, and I would buy to play with.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if I had, if I were buying up watches, this would be one that I'd consider for sure. In this price range, there's 20 watches, that are in the running. There's some nice Seikos, and Tissot, and it's a number of brands. But there's some Tag Heuers, but I always seem to bypass this price range and go up into the 5 to 7 range, where there's more watches that appeal to me. Like if I were to go Hoyer.
Tell me this: what do you say to people? Say someone says I want to buy a good watch. What price point do you think it starts at, Bear?
The good watch? Good
Yes.
watch starts at Tudor level.
Tudor
Yeah,
level, yeah.
5 to 7.
Playboy Hefner, here we go. $5. Not edging a deal. I don't like newer Datejust, and I have a 6.5-inch wrist. Doesn't need to be a cheap vintage Datejust. I like the ones I see on Theo and Harris.
Get a Black Bay 58, 100%. It's
Get a
not
Black
even.
Bay 58. Let's
No,
not
I
even.
Get a
agree
Black
with
Bay
that as well. It's a nice size. It's a good value. You're not going to lose a lot of money if you change your mind and you decide to sell it. It has that vintage Rolex look. Yeah, that's.
I have the same size wrist as him. It's not. It's six and I actually have a six and a quarter inch wrist. The same like Tim Masso, oddly enough. But yeah,
That's funny. It's funny.
I would say exactly that. Like just avoid a vintage Datejust. Honestly, just get a Tudor Black Bay.
Mr. Zoso, $2. Pre-order 1,500. Now 3,000 for order.
Wow.
What's he talking about?
He's talking about Yema. It was 1,500 for those who pre-ordered, and it will be 3,000 now.
Crazy.
Talk about a cash grab. My goodness.
By the way, speaking of cash grab, how did that Ming thing work out?
You know what happened? I actually sold mine to Mr. GMT.
Oh, you're joking.
Yeah, so Mr. GMT actually owns it.
He traded in to get a date.
No, he didn't trade it in. I think he still has it.
I thought he traded in to...
No, he traded it. I think he traded it, Mikey. Marco?
If he traded it, he traded it. I mean, it was his watch, by all means. You know what it was? It was like, listen, I enjoyed the watch, but it was just like, I feel like Mr. GMT owning it would have meant more because it was like the whole the story behind Mr. GMT.
Yeah, didn't he like have an issue with his credit card? And
yeah,
there's something of I remember that.
Very fascinating indeed, guys.
Gentlemen, I got to take off. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, Marco, it's been an honor to have you on. You are welcome back anytime. Please come again. You don't be a stranger. You're very welcome here anytime you want to come on, okay?
Thanks very much. Take care, guys. Take care, everybody.
Take care, Marco.
Yeah.
Nice talking with you, Marco.
Holy shit, Bear. Can you believe that? We've jumped the shark, Bear.
What do you mean?
He was nice. Marco was cool to have him on. What do you reckon?
It was a great watch talk. To be very honest with you, I enjoyed it tremendously.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really good, Bear. I think we had some good flow. We had
sometimes
some nice
being on this channel feels like work, and sometimes I just enjoy.
Yes.
Today was pure joy.
Pure joy. Bear, I got to tell you something. What do you think of the? I'm doing 2 streams a day. What do you think? Yes, no,
well,
maybe?
I wanted to ask you, what do you think? I mean, obviously, when you're doing a second stream, I'm deep in sleep.
Yes.
I did have a pleasure of seeing remarkable shower scene and the craziness of the latest live stream. But I have a more important question for you. How do you feel about it? Does it make sense? Do you get enough viewers? How is that going? Like, what's your opinion on it?
I think the reality is it gives a different audience. And because it's at a different time, it's at a bit more relaxed. You know what I mean, Bear?
I watched it. I watched it during the day. I watched every single one you did so fast, and I've been entertained. So I have to say I enjoy Plastic on your channel. I enjoyed Mr. GMT on your channel when he comes on. Curly and Narc were there. There was a good mixture of the people. Higgins did a great presence, great show with talking about watches and so on. So you're actually getting people supporting you. So it's not like you are left alone there. And I didn't watch the chat or anything. I didn't see the viewers. I don't see that. So how are you doing with super chats and everything?
Hey, look, it's doing well. It's doing well. It's always good to do those. Playboy Hefner, $2. Rank 1 to 3. Seiko, Tissot, Hamilton. I would say Seiko. I'd say Hamilton, Seiko, Tissot for me.
I'm going to say Hamilton, Tissot, and Seiko are last.
Okay.
Huh. Okay. All right.
Now, Bear, I got to tell you something. What I'm thinking of doing today is, Bear, I've actually got some people who want to come and see me, so I might actually end this stream a bit early because we had a great vibe with the Marco.
It was a good show. It was a great show. We had a nice support from quite a few people. How are we doing with upvotes, by the way, Mikey?
Let's check. It looks as if we have 65 right now.
Oh,
So,
that's not good, man.
Come on, you people. Just
how many viewers? How many viewers, Archie? How many viewers we have?
190. We had a really good.
That's sad. Everybody that logs on and watches the show should upvote. I mean, that's just stupid. You support the show, you watch the show, you should fucking just upvote. It's lame. I mean, when I log on, it's the first thing I do. Just click, boom, it's done. And if you're on the show watching and supporting, you should upvote. You know, you should show that you like the show, and that's how you do it.
Thank you, Mikey, very much. By the way, are you planning to continue this two-show day?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear that. It's good, man.
No problems. Okay, guys, I'm going to be back on in about 9 hours' time. I'm going to post the link. So, guys, I'm just going to end this one a bit early today because I think we had a great vibe with the Marco. Let's just leave it with that vibe, I think, Bear.
I agree, Pontiff. I agree.
Guys, see, I'll be back. I'll be back in about 9 hours' time. I love you all. And don't forget, come back tomorrow. Cheese it, Bear. There we go.
Cheese it, guys. Cheese it.
See you later, guys.
See you later.